Let's do this.
Let's do it.
My favorite time of the show. Let's do this.
Let's do it. All right, Corey, last week we heard about you and your signature shoe, the K1X 187.
Shout out to K1X.
Shout out to K1X. First street baller with his own shoe. Born and raised in the Bronx. Now, I know this for a fact, and it's not just you, right? There's a lot of New Yorkers that haven't actually made the trip out west to LA, right? Or if they do, they've done it pretty late in life. I know a lot of New Yorkers like that. They're in their 20s or 30s, and they're like, man, I've got to get to LA. You were one of those people, weren't you? You got out to LA.
In my 40s.
In your 40s.
Damn. So.
Tell us about your first time in LA.
All right. Before I do that, I want to talk about why it took so long to get there. Well, for me, one, there's certain places I feel in the world a man must see single.
Yep.
Let me just put that out there.
I agree.
Right? Two of those places I went to in my 40s. It was a part in my life where I was single. Majority of my time back in those days, like I was married, right?
Yeah.
Bella's mom. So whenever overseas was finished, I had street ball duties, number one. And two, I got a family to go back home to. So the last thing you think your wife, partner is saying, okay, you can gallivant all over them and do vacation without me.
Especially after you've been gone for 9 months.
Especially you've been going for 9 months. You got another thing coming. Here's how the whole thing goes down. I'm on a white party.
Okay.
All white party on a yacht in New York City. Shout out to my man, Nick Storm. Listen, this is the Nick Storm experience that I got. Nick Storm is a legend in the spirits industry. He's a New York City legend, okay? Worked for Hypnotic. Remember Hypnotic back in the day?
Shout out to the Incredible Hulk.
Shout out to the Incredible Hulk, correct. So he worked for Hypnotic, and he was moving cases all over New York City, the tri-state area. He was moving them. Puff just started. Shout out to Puff Daddy, Ciroc. Shout out to Ciroc. Puff started Ciroc. And Puff found out about this. Who's the dude moving these cases of Hypnotic?
Yep.
I want him with us. Puff headhunts him, gets him, gives him an offer he couldn't refuse. He's now head of Ciroc. Over 1 million cases he's moved. He's an icon in the spirits industry.
That's numbers.
My man, right?
Yep.
So he had invited me. Our relationship began on Instagram because, I'm never really home for real, right? So it was a street ball tournament I played in, and it was a celebrity game. I came at halftime. His team was winning. I get on the other team, bust his team ass, and win. So from that point on, like, we were cool, right? So we went to the after party at 4040, and we switched numbers or whatever. We followed each other on the gram, and then after that, he watched me in Australia from afar. So when I came back, he was like, yo, bro, man, like, I got mad, like, he mad love for me.
Yep.
And the relationship built like that. So as we're on this yacht, he's like, yo, next week, BET Awards, you should come to LA. I was like, it might have been like 20 people with him.
Sure.
At this space where we were at. And he's like, you should come to LA. I was like, I ain't never been to LA before. The whole 20 people was like, what? Whose man's is this?
Yeah.
You ain't never been to LA before?
Yeah.
I was like, look, let me explain something. Majority of my life, I'm on the other side of the world. I'm not impressed going anywhere you could jump on the bus to get there.
Yeah. From
New York. Let's be clear. So they understood it from there. I was like, yo, I was so far, I would just wanted to travel the world. LA, I can see it's right there. I want to be in Bali. I want to be in Seychelles. You know what I mean? That's impressive to me.
Get some stamps in the passport.
Get some stamps. I'm on my 3rd passport.
Yeah.
So he was like, look, come to LA. I was like, listen, I don't know nobody out there. If I come, I'm with you. He's like, come to LA. I'm like, I'm going to get my ticket tomorrow. He was like, All right, cool. So we continued the party, and I'm like, I don't know if he's fronting
Yep.
for these people, or is he calling my bluff? I got my ticket the next day.
Yep.
Screenshot it, sent it. He was like, all right, hit me when you land. I'm like, I just told you I don't know nobody there. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
My man lived in West Hollywood too, house in the hills and stuff. My man was in the league at the time. And so I already knew I'm staying with him. You know what I mean? I might kick it with you, but I'm staying at my man's house. So I hit him up. I was like, yo, I'm coming to L.A. I'm going to be staying at your house. Just letting you know. He's like, all right, cool. I land in L.A. Called my man, Nick. I was like, yo, Nick, I'm here. He's like, all right, cool. I'm going to pull over right now, send you an address. Sends me an address. I jump in the Uber. Mad traffic in L.A.
Standard.
Get through the traffic. We then start going up the hill. Now, if you've been to L.A. in them Hollywood hills, it's a lot of twists, turns, and all of that. So we going. And I'm like, the higher we go up, the nicer the houses are getting. So I'm like.
And also more expensive.
No doubt. So I'm like, I want to see where we going to end up. Yo, we pulled up. Me by myself. Me and the driver. Pull up. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, okay. So I'm like, open the door. The garage is there. Whips is crazy. And he was like, yo, what's up, man? Welcome to L.A. We was on the rooftop or whatever. And the view. First of all, the house was crazy inside.
What are we talking? Like, give us a picture.
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, that house was about 25 mil.
Something like
right? The shit was fire, right? It wasn't the $50 million mansion I told y'all about, I think, in the first story. Wasn't that. It was half of that. So $25 million, something like that, right? The view. I'm going to go back. Because everything right now I'm talking, I got the footage. So as we're talking about this, in the video, I'll make sure you see some of this. We upstairs, and the view, panoramic, beautiful. Nighttime, all you see is the lights. I'm just setting the tone of this pad, right? Jacuzzi on the top. Crazy. Now we go downstairs. Obviously, we're having some drinks in the house. He gives me the rundown of how the night's going to go. So he like, oh, yeah, your room downstairs. So I'm like, all right, I'm with him. Okay. He was like, look, here's what I want to do. I want to show you also what I do day to day with my job. He began really befriending me, I think, because a lot of times in that business, in this life, so many people use you because of who you are
and what you can provide for them.
And yeah. So, in the beginning, I think what helped him understand I wasn't like that, and he was real open to rocking with me like that with open arms, was the fact that he watched me from afar doing my thing over here. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, street ball is one thing, but like, what are you doing today? So for him to see what I do, he's like, yo, I rock with you.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not there to use him.
Yeah.
So
it's more just like a genuine
friendship. It's a genuine friendship. Yeah. So throw my stuff in the room, shower, switch up, start sipping. It's like, look, here's what we doing tonight. We're going to this bowling alley. Gonna have an event there. I was like, all right, cool. Get to the bowling alley. Wakanda Forever, Michael B. Jordan pulls up, right? So a lot of the stuff, it's industry stuff.
Yeah.
So Michael B. Jordan is there. Kelly Rowland, that's the homie. Kelly Rowland's there. Meek Mill pulls up. We bowling, and it's a party in a bowling alley, right? And the event's crazy, right? There's a bunch of other people there too. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it's LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stars everywhere.
That's what it was. That was the first. So what happens is you at the house, then you go to an event. After the event, you then go to the club. Then after the club, then you go back to the house because L.A. closes
early.
Early.
Yeah.
So then the party goes back to the house. Yo, listen.
After the party, it's the
It's the
after party.
So we get to the house. By the time, obviously, we partied all night, so the sun comes up. By the time it's time to go to sleep, there's just strangers in the house sleeping everywhere. And it's like, who are these people? Why are you still here? Yo! Every night. It was to a point where it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday,
Damn.
Tuesday. I said, yo, by Tuesday, I said, get me out of L.A. This is too much.
It broke you.
Yo, the parties got crazier. That was the first night, right? It was BET weekend.
No.
So
okay.
Puff is putting on, you know what I mean?
Yep.
The Ciroc boys. I was a Ciroc boy that weekend.
Yeah.
That week, really. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about this shit is an experience,
Yeah.
man. Like that. Let me explain to you why people chase that life. It's a high you don't come down from. You know what I'm saying? Like the experiences are not normal. You get me?
Yeah.
The females are not normal. The drinking ain't normal.
Yeah.
It's access that you have at the highest level of everything.
That sounds like some Vinny Chase entourage
Yo,
type.
listen,
you know?
man. Listen. You done hung with me before.
I'm usually the turtle of the group.
You know what I mean? You hung with me before. But like L.A., I understand how people get turned out in L.A.
Yeah.
I understand how I understand. And I was like, yo, I felt like that 2 times in my life.
What was the other time?
Miami.
That's
Story for another day.
another Corey story.
That's a story for another day.
Okay.
We'll get there.
We'll get there, okay.
But like some of the highlights of this trip, another night, it was Sunday, we went crazy. Then after that, we went to Jamie Foxx's house. We went to Jamie Foxx's house and partied there. That right there is a whole nother experience. Talking A-list celebrities,
Yeah.
yo. Different, man.
How many people
Different.
could actually say, I was at Jamie Foxx's house for
Yo,
a
man,
party?
like different, man. Different. Like I wish some of my friends that's in New York could come on this podcast and just sit. Like I think some of my peoples is coming out here too, right? But just to hear it from another person.
Right.
It's like, yo, man, like the lifestyle is crazy, man. It don't stop. We went on a Monday to a skate party. All right? We went to a skating
Like
rink.
roller skate.
Roller skate.
Yeah.
World on Wheels. That's when, rest in peace to Nip, right? Neighborhood Nip. Nipsey owned it.
Okay.
So we went. So my man Nick is like, yo, Cole, look, today ain't going to be that crazy. Because he could see in my face, I'm like, yo, I got to keep up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he like, yo, Cole, look.
Pressure's on.
Today we going to chill. It ain't going to be like how it was these other nights.
Yeah.
It's going to be chill. He's like, we're going to do roller skating, right? Because roller skating is fun. So in my mind, it's like, he was like, all right, cool, help me set up. So we got mad cases and stuff. Bring the cases. He set up his section and all of that shit. Bottle Girls is there. All of that, whatever. It also was the NBA awards.
Oh, yeah.
In
Yeah,
LA.
The end of season awards.
There you go. And the season awards. So, 6th Man of the Year. Lou Williams win. He strolls in, throws on skates, begins skating.
Okay.
I was like, okay. Meek and his whole crew come through. Throw on skates. They all start skating.
All right.
James Harden wins MVP. Brings the trophy to World on Wheels. His man got the trophy. I was like, yo, listen. Let me see that trophy. We take pictures with the MVP trophy. I got that too. We'll show you. That was the fun. I'm like, yo, he brings the trophy to World on Wheels, throws on skates, begins skating.
With the trophy?
No. His man had the trophy. And his best friend was Nip. So Nip was there too, you know, and I'm a huge fan of Nip. And like, I don't get starstruck for nobody. There was times like my second season here, this when we used to travel. I used to travel to do games. Adelaide, Perth was my route. So it was days, yo, like I was tired, yo. I was tired. And I had to get up and catch a flight and go. And I would just play all my life. Been grinding all my life. Sacrifice. Hustle, pay the price. Want a slice. You know what I mean? Got to roll the dice. You know what I mean? And I saw him. I was like, yo, listen, B. You fucking killing them, yo. You killing them. Keep doing your thing. You inspire me. And, like, I don't say that. Like, we see Hov a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I don't say that to nobody. You know what I mean? Like, but Nip was special, man. Rest in peace. Nip was special. But he didn't skate. He a gangster. Like, gangsters don't skate.
Yeah. Nip's a real one. He was a real one.
He don't skate. Gangsters don't skate. So if I'm telling you these people are there, what else is there? Action everywhere. I'm talking about, then we left there and went to, let me see if I'm right, King of Diamonds, L.A., but it was called something else. Now, if you know King of Diamonds, that is an iconic gentleman's club. Iconic.
In Miami.
In Miami. Yeah, in Miami. Yeah. And they had it in L.A. I don't know if they call it King of Diamonds, but basically same owners, and we went there, bro. Listen. It wasn't until L.A. was when I can see how, you know how you hear that, yo, this athlete got caught up, gets a stripper pregnant, you know, and this guy, you know, it all goes to, you know. I did not. I used to be like, dude, you know what she want. Why are you getting caught up? You know what this is.
Yeah.
Until I went in there. And then I was like, oh.
So this is how you get caught up.
Listen. I promise you. I was like, come to Australia. I swear. Yo, listen. I never in my life. Because I'm a guy like, you ain't about to treat me like a John. You're not treating me like that. Game recognized game. I know what you on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, come to Australia.
Yeah, but they're flying themselves out here. You're not flying them out.
No. I will fly you out.
And there we have it. Corey's getting caught up.
Yo, dogs, you don't understand. It is serious out there. It's serious. And I never understood it because back in the day, like, I'm not a strip club guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I'm going in there, I'll probably go there because you want to go. Like Keith. Shout out to K-Dub the Barber. Keith is a strip club connoisseur.
He's the guy that took me to Sin City for the first time.
Okay, there you go. So Keith is the guy, right? The way I love the nightlife, he'll go, my man will go buy champagne bottles, have stacks of money, and give the drinks to he don't even drink.
I was just about to say.
That's his game.
So a quick sidebar here. When we went to Sin City that night, it was me, Keith, and my girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
And Keith, he had money with him that night, right?
He bring it out. He bring it out when it's time to go to I mean, like.
He did exactly what you say. He bought a whole bunch of singles for the girls. He ordered 2 bottles of vodka, and there was 3 of us. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at my girlfriend. I'm like, he doesn't drink. Who's going to drink this? In the end, we had to call the girls over, the dancers, and be like, take a drink. Because Keith's just sitting there having a good time, and I didn't know what day it was I drunk that much.
I'm going to wait till another time to discuss Miami.
Yeah.
And me and him was in Miami. I wish he was here.
I wish he
Shout
was
out
here
to
too.
you, Keith.
Shout out to K-Dub the Barber.
Listen.
K-Dub the Barber. All right. We're going to get into Miami very, very soon. Another great Corey story, man.
LA, B. LA.
I want to know where this goes next week. Well, not this particular story, but your next Corey story. We'll be tuned in next week for that one there. We're going to take another quick break. We're going to come back with
Yeah.
some more questions from our listeners.
No doubt.